Well, good morning, my people. Bridget Kakai, good morning. Lawrence Ole, good morning. Travel Life Vlog, good morning. Muyombia Mac, good morning. Kamuka Magodwin, good morning. Louis, good morning. George Bob, good morning. Luidika Isaac, good morning. Yusuf Magala, good morning. Chiza Plumbing Services, good morning. Andrew Moyigwa, good morning. Moses Nsamba, Good morning. Search Events. Paul Sema VIP. Joshua Eden Farm. Good morning. Steve Barros. Good morning. Ronald M. Cassandra VIP. Good morning. Chambade Hannington. Good morning. Rama Charity Organization. Good morning. Jisambira Daniel. Frederick. Good morning. And Lucky Mosaic. Sambira Daniel Frederick VIP. And of course, Lucky Mosaic. Steve Barros. The smear campaign has been there for a very long time. Abo mbasobola nawe. Butubanga smear campaign is for words mbasobolera ddala. One thing I can tell you is that I have that on literally every mechanic that is trashing me. I have that on every broker that is trashing me. I have those things in my inboxes, but I'm not the kind of person that comes out and tries to trash what another person is doing. My fight is different. Like I said, me, I personally don't compete. If I were to compete, I'd be brutal. I would be very brutal. And yeah, but it has been there for a very long time. And now they can, I understand they cannot really attack me directly, because once they attack me directly, I attack directly. I can fight back. So the smear campaign has been there, but it's, and it's actually from the mechanics that can't fix cars that actually do that. But mechanica, they don't try to smear anyone because kanika. And the thing that is funny is that mechanics that know how to work on cars and they work honestly have enough customers. So they don't actually think Arthur is taking any customer from them. It's the mechanics that are, first of all, cheaters. It's the mechanics that are not honest. It's the mechanics that have been ripping people off, that believe that Arthur should not be sharing the information that he shares. When we go to the side of the brokers, it's the brokers that are dishonest. It's the brokers that have been cheating people and ripping them off that don't think Arthur should be sharing the information he shares. When we go to the side of the traders, it's still the traders that are dishonest, the traders that rip people off, that think Arthur should not be sharing the information he shares, because once that information comes out, then their survival is threatened. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. There are things I just keep quiet about Kanchile Cage. But I hope you guys are doing very well. And someone was asking, Moses Zamba is asking why the Toyota Alex is burning oil. Now, the Toyota Alex, you guys know the Toyota Alex. Literally, all of you guys have wanted to drive a Toyota Alex at one point. The Toyota Alex has the 1NZ engine. The old version of the 1NZ engine. Now, this is the engine that I've been discouraging you guys from buying the past couple of months. And that's precisely one of the reasons why. If you're going to buy a car that has a 1NZ engine now, buy the new version of the 1NZ engine. The new version of the 1NZ engine is what is in that fielder in front of me. It's what's in the Ractis. It's what is in the Sienta. It's what is in the Vitz, some of the Vitz. It's what came with the first Rumion. It's what comes with which other car has? The Auris. The new 1NZ engine is the one you should be buying. A Wanga Roxinga, the old 1NZ engine. Probably the challenges that came with the old 1NZ engine were solved in this one. But the old 1NZ engine consumes oil. That's something that happens as it grows old. So you need to, Nsamba, you just need to buy a new engine. If the burning of the oil like advances a lot, atenga bwitandi ko kocha oil, bwitandi ko kunywa oil enywera ku speed ya kika kya waggulu. So you'll find that when it starts and advances, you just need to buy the new. Kuba yo engineer tebakola ki? Tebagisiba. Olaba wa drone bwaya okuleeta akanyambirige. Yeah, so I hope I make sense in Samba. But that engine is like 2.2, 2.5 around there. When you go to Chiseka Old Catway, the places where they bring those engines. Yeah, but it's just something that happens, yeah. Good morning, Idris Matovo, Igumba Jonathan, George Senkubuge, Paul Robbins. I hope you guys slept very well. Yeah. Well, guy, I want us to talk about value, car value. car value. Normally when the word value comes in our conversations, Fenga Abantu, in Uganda especially, value comes with the word resale before it, majority of the time. But we have never actually talked about car value in the sense of what value does that car have for you, which is not resale. You get, like when you talk about business value, it means the value that it adds to the population, the value it adds to the employees, the value it adds to the government, the value it adds to the owners, and the value it adds to its customers. When we talk value of a business, so many angles of value, but the angle of value that we know about cars is the angle of resale. Like emotoka eno njugula million 12 nze bwe n'abantu so okugitunda tensale million 6 nti ejja kusala yakakadde kamu after driving it for like 2 years. That car has a high resale value. I've seen people recently saying they bought their car in like 5 years ago, yajigula million 10, and right now they are selling it 12 million. That car has a high resale value, and the resale value is influenced by so many other things. Ben Kako, good morning. It's also influenced by the value that people attach to that particular car. The value that people attach to that particular car. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. That's the name, Nissan Fuga. It's called the Infinite what? That's a Fuga. The value people attach to the thing that you have or the thing that you own, in this case, which is a car, also increases its resale value. For example, the Toyota Hilux has perceived value from the people. People attach value to it. The Nissan, the Toyota Hilux is this one car that is multi-purpose. You can drive your family, take your kids to school, take your family to functions and all that. And then at the same time, you can take this car for farming purposes. And then at the same time, it gives you prestige. You see, those are the kinds of values that the Hilux adds to a person that owns it. It makes you look like a rich person even when you're not. So you can go ahead and buy yourself a Hilux at like 35 million shillings. But when people look at you, they have already valued you. They have already put you at a certain place where a person that drives this the Toyota IST, which also costs you 35 million shillings. Actually, it costs you 35 million shillings when new. The Hilux 35 million shillings is old. And the Hilux is old at 35 million shillings, and the IST is new at 35 million shillings. But the person driving at the older Hilux of 35 is seen as doing better than a person who bought a Toyota IST at 35 from the bond. Right? There is a value that comes with the cars that we buy. But again, like me, I've been having the argument for the past couple of months, if you guys have been here. Like, I don't get the point of people buying double cabin pickups. Majority of them don't even use them. They never use the tray behind. And the pickups are not comfortable at all. But I also know, I have a relative that bought a double cabin simply to look like he retired. I think he was seeing all his friends that retired before him buying double cabins. So he also decided to buy a double cabin. Proma Creations, I'm talking about double cabins in general. Like if we're talking about double cabin pickups, let's even talk about the Nissan hardbody. Because even the Nissan hardbody is very expensive. I find that Julius Ivan VIP, good morning. I find that the only double cabin pickup that is not so expensive is the Mitsubishi L200 and probably those others. The Ford 2 is very expensive when buying, but also expensive when maintaining. Yeah. So, but the most expensive, I think, when buying would be the Hilux. That's a Mitsubishi What? That's a Triton. Yeah, but you see the value that comes with owning a double cabin pickup. It's right. Arthur, you are right. You drive big, you're a big boy. Exactly. It's one of the reasons some people are buying, some people buy the Alphas, because there is something that they attach. There's a value they attach to having that car. I've inspected cars for people that kept saying zaka kamotoka sikavuga katono banda babatyanga ankavuga. And those are many. Especially ladies. Ladies don't like small cars. Ladies keep saying, ayagala ave mu motoka avemu nga bamulaba nga avuddemu. And that's something. So let's talk about value. Before you decide to buy a car, you need to ask yourself, especially the people that have not yet bought cars. Ata tukola tukweta bamukuwayo emotoka, as you say this, and that touring yange. Joshua Eden Farm. You guys are going to fill in forms. I'm going to give you forms. You're going to fill in forms, and eventually I will host you on the live broadcast, and you'll give us your case. You'll tell these people on the live broadcast why we should actually work on your car and not any other person's car. Now, for the people that are probably asking themselves, Joshua, commenter Joshua Vudewa, I said I'm going to work on 3 cars in the coming few months. I'm going to overhaul your cars. That means engine work. I won't be working on gearboxes, but I'll be working on engine. I'll also be working on other repairs to make it look good. Let's call it a makeover. I'll be working on it for free. Of course, I'm going to find partners that will help us also work on this. But it's going to be a contest of sort for you to win. Nabagambia, I want people that are driving a motoka y'omuntu wa wansi. If you're driving a RAV4 or a Harrier, a motoka y'omuntu, so you don't qualify for this. I'll also be giving you a list of cars that qualify for this. RAV4 si motoka ya muntu wa wansi. Spacio si motoka ya muntu wa wansi. Right? So, but I'm going to be telling you, I'm not giving you the form that you will fill in, Joshua. I'm going to be giving you a form that you will fill in, and then we will be contesting and making sure that you make your case. You make your case in Mubantuano Balondeo. So it's you guys that are part of this channel that will be voting for the people whose cars we should be working on, and who should go first and who should go last. Yeah, but I'm going to be launching that as well. Ne engine nzenje ekolera nzenze nzenje ekolera nzenze. So I actually want to see mechanics that say a non-mechanic should not be advising people when I can actually overhaul an engine. Nabagama mbadde nsoma. And I'm going to be documenting the entire process. Nabagama mbadde nsoma. This is the time for me to show you the embadde nsoma. So, personally, I would prefer a big car to a small car, no matter the car age. Are you sure? So you would rather drive a very old car as long as it's big instead of a new car when it's small? Like I said, personally, in Zenga Arthur, I'm a person that is very, I love comfort. And most of those old cars are not comfortable from what I've seen. They are not at all comfortable. And yeah, I prefer comfort. I've not sat in a double cabin and I thought it was comfortable. Even the newer models, they're really comfortable. For me, they have not been comfortable at all. I've found that most SUVs are actually not comfortable. Is SUV as a singer, it's really comfortable. And I've found that most of the cars, the small cars, especially sedans, the Mark X's, the Corollas, the Fugas, those cars are very comfortable. I think they are made for comfort. That's why the most comfortable Mercedes-Benzes are sedans. So the Mercedes-Benz is an SUV, it is really comfortable. You just have the prestige of driving in an SUV, but it is really as comfortable. So anyway, let's go back to value. You see that Probox there? Ako. That's one of the most expensive cars in Uganda, especially when it's used in Uganda. Ka Probox ka bei nyuga. Why is it expensive? It's because there is a value that is attached to that car that in the end leads to a high resale value. Let me give you an example. Most people that buy the pro boxes from the bond, they are buying them to use them for business. People that sell eggs, people that sell fruits. Most people that buy those cars, they buy them to use them for business. And that's probably one of the reasons why majority of those cars when bought used are in very bad condition. They use them. Musota smanya musota. Musota old model. They use them, they overwork them, and the cars end up being very if the Probox replaced that G-Touring, the Probox replaced that G-Touring, and the G-Touring before the Probox was the workhorse of Kampala. And even then the G-Touring was very highly priced. But it wasn't highly priced because it was a very good car or what, but it had the value. The G-Touring has a value and always had the value that it adds to the person that drives it. What value? It's a workhorse. The G-Touring ojitika nga teina jeraga atetenywa, especially the G-Tourings that had leaf springs. Yeah, there was something else. I actually find that the G-Tourings are more workhorses than even the Probox. But the thing with the Probox, it came with better fuel efficiency because they were the Proboxes that had a 1.3 liter engine, that's the 2NZ, and then there were also Proboxes that have a 1.5 liter engine, the 1NZ. So they give you better fuel efficiency, yet they take the same amount of load. Ateka tibosanga omuntu nga Probox agigase springs nga zirimu nga bbiri emabege bbiri ateka awebetikira ddala. So it's important for us to understand what value the people that bought Ipsums. Of course, there was a time when the Ipsum was something of pride. The Ipsum was the wish of the olden times. I remember there was a professor. I talk about this professor so many times. She bought the Ipsum. It was gold in color. She would come in her Ipsum and it was the first time to see a car that had reverse sensors and cameras. It was an Ipsum. And the Ipsum in the beginning was and then it became the workhorse. So people started buying the Ipsum because it was a workhorse then. And it has kept being bought because it's a workhorse. But people then started buying those Ipsums, first of all, because they use them as school vans, they use them as taxis, they use them as airport pickup taxis, and all those things. So it's important to understand that Ipsums were bought because of the value. Now, when did the value of the Ipsums fall? When there was a replacement. When the Toyota Wish came, it was a better replacement. The value of the Ipsums fell drastically. Why? The Wish does everything the Ipsum can do, but on top of that, it gives you better fuel efficiency. So the value of the Ipsum in people's lives now is that you can buy it cheaper. That's the only reason someone would buy the Ipsum. But every person that has bought the Ipsum wanted to buy a Wish. Now they could not afford the Wish, they ended up buying the Ipsum. Value Jiraba. Now, there are cars like the one I'm driving, the Ractis, where the only value that car adds to my life is that I get to move while saving fuel. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. What way only because of one reason. We save fuel. Because we save fuel. If it weren't for saving fuel, we'd actually choose a Kawundo. But the Kawundo doesn't do what this car can do. The Fielder does. The Fielder is driven because it saves fuel, but also gives you space, and in actual sense, it looks beautiful. So the big men that don't actually have money, but seem to have money, buy Fielders. The big men that appear to have money, but don't actually have money, they buy the Fielders. So that's why the Fielder has that perceived value, because you know, in Uganda, n'afuna ye motoka ennyumba ye n'agimayiza bulungi n'agisaaka amataala aba mugagga sicho in Uganda. Me, I remember how we used to perceive people that were well off. Ngomuntu kasita ne kaba kamotoka katya kasita zimbe kikomera kye ennyumba ye n'agisamu kikomera n'agimayiza n'ateekako amataala ku kikomera n'afuna yo akamotoka ke oyo aba mugagga yate kati bw'abeera ne mwamba ataawo kitabuka. So they don't actually have money, but they are seen like they have money. So they want to buy a car that will make them look like they have money. And because there are people like them that have bought the fielder before, how do they appear to have money? They drive a car that other people of their caliber drive. But how do they also save money? Is that they drive a car enywanga raktisi, almost enywanga sienta, na yenga ate ye waamu kuswaga ye moroke tuli maso. Now I want you to look at all the people that drive the fielders. They are driving the fielders because they don't want to seem poor. They don't want to seem like they don't have money. So they want to appear like they have money even when they don't have that much money. So the fielder sells them fuel but makes them look rich. That's the value that car is adding to their lives. Era chobola bantu ekyatundibwa kabeeyi. Because when you're buying it, you buy it expensively, but it not only helps you save money in terms of fuel and maintenance, but it also helps you make money because everyone that sees you driving the fielder assumes you are doing very well for yourself. You cannot cheat them. You deserve the project. You deserve the contracts and all that and all that. Do I make sense, guys? Me, all the people have inspected cars for and they want to buy a fielder. That's the reason they want to buy a fielder. Tayagara gula moroki namulabisanga atayina sente. So all these cars, the Ractises, the Sientas, for them, they will make them look like they don't have money. So that's the value it adds to their life. Kati buno moroka bwaffe buno obulala bu Sienta, bu Ractis, bu Vitz. We are buying them for fuel efficiency. Now, the people that buy their cars that people buy like the IST, they buy those cars to be trendy, to seem trendy, to look trendy, while saving fuel as well. Because it's a car that will make you look youthful. Because abantu bonna bonna zibinda byabagula IST oba bagala ogula IST bavubuka. Akagala bwagazi because it looks nice for them. I saw a Probox in Kenya. Yeah, the Probox people use the Probox. Dr. Kasule Matia. Musota old mode enywa ekyo kiyingi ekirimbo bakiyita batya nakivugako musota ya bulijjo wenywa emitwalo ebiri ekyo kinywawo esatu. I can tell you, I know that. Talking about the value, why is the Alex running still valued highly than other 1.5 liter category cars? Now, the Alex is not a small car, yet it's a small car. The Alex is not small, yet it's small. It gives you a lot of room inside. Yeah. So compared to at that time when the Alex came out, it was only competing with one other car, which was a Vitz. You get it? So the Alex competed with the Vitz, and when you look at the fuel efficiency, the Vitz, which was either a 1 liter or a 1.3, but majority of the Vitz were 1 liters. The Alex, on the other hand, was 1.5 liters. 1.5 liters in terms of fuel consumption. 1.5 is still manageable. Yet the Alex gave you plenty of space, and it also gave you more comfort than what the Vitz could offer. When you look at the time when the Alexes were being bought from the bond and the Vitz from the bond, the Vitz would have been 10 million shillings and the Alex was about 13 to 15 million shillings in the bond. The price difference was very minimal. So the amount of comfort that came with that car, even when the prices increased, Alex negera million ya abiri, atenga Vitz eringa ya 14. The price difference in the bond was very small, I think that the comfort that comes with this car, because the car had very good ground clearance compared to the Vitz, because the Vitz at that time came with the 13-inch tire, or 13-inch rims, which made it very small. Most of the Vitz that you see that have good ground clearance have been changed. MP 14, but the Vitz came with the 13-inch tire. All of them, Vitz is on as a 13-inch. Now, 13 inches is very small on Ugandan roads. Yet, the Alex would come with a 14-inch tire, and 14-inch gives us a very good ground clearance. At that time, Emorokanga field that is never very popular. That made the Alex very popular. Of course, the Ranex is now a higher trim, because the Ranex yabanga ya bei kukusinga Alex, which tegeya. And then the Alex was also very reliable on the road in Gatefa. Ngatene webe fu de nyangunyo ya kanika. Kati, comparison, would you rather buy a 1 liter that has no power, especially when you're going uphill, gives you very limited space and has low ground clearance? Or would you add a 5 million and buy the Alex, which gives you all of that? Ate, because the Alex was big, nga abantu abagivuga basigala bayiswaga. It's very comfortable. And it has taken it on. Pakakati. Now, the perceived value that people value in the Alex, value until now, why there are other alternatives. It's actually very hard for you to tell a person that knows the Alex that the Alex is not more comfortable than the Raktis. It's very hard for you to tell them. Irani wanatula mu Alex what na komo mu Raktis ajagamba Alex esinga Raktis okubera comfortable, yet it's actually not the case. Okitegeera, the Alex we yagira at a time when people were still driving the new model of the Caldina in front of us. Okitegeera, when the Alex came out, people were still driving primo old models. But it gave, I actually remember there is a time I was in the sauna, and there was an old man that told me, Alex kaduka ate, you know, it's a very aerodynamic. Alex kaduka ate katuka nekajja kama sanyaze nekadda kutuka nekajja kama mafuta nekadda ku masanyalaze. So you can imagine the Alex was competing with cars that did not have VVTi engines. Okitegeera afande moroke mulemi okuyingiza lenyendala oba steering ekaluba manyezo kalina zikaluba steering ezo musirikale yajivuga. So I hope you get what I'm saying. So Alex came at a time when VVTi engines were not very popular, but it had a VVTi engine. It came at a time when the Primos, the Caldinas, the Coronas, the Chikumi Kumi, the Zarunga Zonaza EFI Ziraum old model. So it was in its own category. And people have kept, you know how people have kept wanting to buy the Primo old model super. Najibula Primo super UAS million 15. Ninga million 15. Asorofuna Primo biliena. Oba ku million 15 agatako million 8. Natetenka nchiri kibiri 8. Oba agatako million 10 nafuna kibiri 8. Nga million 10 azina ninga agamba eno yesinga. You get what I'm saying? So it's in the mind of the people that the Alex is a very durable car. It's easy to maintain. It gives you better fuel efficiency than any other car. It's in the mind. It's value. Abantu bagira bamu value what the tejirina now. There are cars that will give you better value, but people still see that thing in the Alex and the Ranex. Good morning, Arthur. What if you buy a car and owner leaves the tracker in? How can you detect it? You get someone that is trackers to try and see the tracker where all trackers bali reckless. You know mvugo nagoba kamu tracker ngabanyo kuteka mu trackers, but ngari reckless. I have to be there personally to tell him to kuweka or to kuisi and stuff like that. So majority of tracker installers are like that. Does the RAV4 just consume fuel, or I drive roughly 25 kilometers daily and my car consumes 4 liters daily? Is there something I've not checked on? those kilometers, cars like the RAV4